My name is Rishabh and I am from CSE AML branch. Today I am going to talk about the difference between hearing and listening. Introduction. Hearing and listening are often used interchangeable, but in communication they are not the same. This presentation explains how they differ and why the difference matters. Why should we learn to differentiate between hearing and listening? Why does it matter? Poor listening causes miscommunication, active listening builds trust and empathy. Critical skill in education and professional setting enhances problem solving and decision making. Good listening skills are essential for learning in both education and professional settings. Listening helps you to understand, support others, and can lead to feeling more understood and connected, which is beneficial for mental and emotional well being. It improves problem solving skills and helps in making one better, more informed decision. What is hearing? Definition: a physiological process of receiving sounds. It happens automatically without conscious effort, involves the hearer detecting vibration and sending signals to the brain. Biological function of ear requires no conscious effort, automatic and continuous process. Characteristics of hearing. In this slide, we are going to discuss about the characteristics of hearing. Involuntary and automatic. It happens naturally if auditory system is functioning normally. Physiological process involving the ear, auditory nerve and brainstem triggered by sound wave and vibration. Continuous and constant as long as there is a sound in environment and the person is awake, regardless of interest or intention, does not require understanding, interpretation, or emotional involvement. It only detects and registers sounds like noise, speech, or music. Can be measured objectively through hearing test, audiometry, and medical assessment of auditory sensitivity. What is listening? Listening is an active process of receiving, interpreting, and understanding verbal and non-verbal message. In communication, going beyond mere sound perception, it involves cognitive efforts like attending to, comprehending, and evaluating content while responding with feedback to come from understanding. In the furthermore presentation, we will learn why it is important to listen and not hear. There is a difference between hearing and listening. Core components: sensing, a physiological perceiving sounds, words, and nonverbal cues through the ears and senses. Processing, mentally decoding messages, interpreting meaning, and recognizing speaker's intent or emotion. Responding, providing verbal, phrasing, questions, and nonverbal signals like nodding to show engagement and verify comprehension. There are many characteristics of listening. Let's discuss it one by one. One of the main characteristics of listening is active listening. Voluntary, requires focus and concentration, involves thinking and interpreting messages, leads to better understanding and communicating. Cognitive characteristics: comprehension and retention, focuses on decoding, analyzing, and remembering key message points through mental processing. Critical evaluation involves interpreting subtext, facts, and logic without premature judgment. Summarization: organize speakers' ideas to ensure accurate understanding and avoid misunderstandings. Effective characteristics of listening: attention and focus, gives undivided attention, minimizing distraction and making the speakers the sole priority. Empathy and exception, understanding emotion, feeling, and viewpoints by putting oneself in speaker's position. Non-prejudiced mindset, avoids projecting personal biases or options onto the speaker. Types of listening: active listening, empathetic listening, critical listening, selective listening, and reflective listening. Active listening. Active listening is characterized by giving the speaker your full attention, showing you are listening through both nonverbal cues like eye contact and nodding, and providing verbal feedback like paraphrasing and asking clarifying questions. Other key characteristics include deterring judgment, avoiding distraction, and responding truthfully and approximately. Active listening is important because it strengthens relationship by making people feel heard, valued, and understood. It fosters trust, improves problem solving and communication, and increases empathy and job satisfaction. By consequently focusing on understanding the speaker, you can gain deeper insights and avoid misunderstanding in both personal and professional settings. Benefits of active listening: build stronger relationships. It shows respect and empathy, which helps build trust and make people feel comfortable sharing information with you. Improves communication. By providing feedback and asking clarifying questions, you ensure mutual understanding and reduce the chance of conflicts or error. Enhance problem solving. Active listener gather more accurate information which helps in making better decisions and solving problem more effectively. Improve learning and understanding. You retain more information and grasp concept more deeply when you actively listen. Useful in classes, meetings or presentation. Encourages open communication. When people feel heard, they share more openly. This leads to better teamwork, transparency and collaboration. Shows empathy and respect. Active listening allows you to understand other emotions, perspectives and needs. This makes people feel valued and supported. Strengthens learning skills. Leaders who practice active listening makes better judgment. Empathetic listening. This type of listening is when you listen to understand the speaker's emotion, feeling, and perspective. The focus is on emotional connection rather than listening. Benefits: builds trust and strong relationship, helps the speaker feel valued, supported, and understood, reduces conflicts because of feeling are acknowledged, improves teamwork and cooperation, encourage judging of responding immediately. The drawbacks of empathetic listening can be emotionally draining for the listener. Risk of becoming too involved in the speaker's emotion might make it harder to stay objective in certain situations, time consuming if used in every conversation. Critical listening. Critical listening is when you analyze, evaluate, and judge the message being communicated. You listen for logic, evidence, facts, and credibility. Benefits: helps make informed decision, improves your ability to detect biases, errors, and misinformation, useful for academic, professional, and problem-solving situation, strengthens analytical and evaluative skills. Drawbacks: may appear judgmental or overly critical to the speaker, can block emotional connection. People may feel their ideas are being challenged too much, not suitable for emotional or sensitive conversation. Selective listeners. Selective listening is one of the listening where they chooses to hear only certain parts of the message, usually what interests them, supports their viewpoint or benefits them. Benefits: help filter unnecessary information in busy or noisy environment, useful for dealing with large amount of data and you need key points, save time when you use consequently and appropriately. Drawback: high risk of misunderstanding or missing important information, can damage relationship because of the speaker's feels ignored, shows a lack of respect or attention, creates communication gap and mistakes. Reflective listening. Reflective listening involves listening carefully and then summarizing what the speaker has said to confirm understanding. It focuses on clarity and feedback. Benefits: reduces misunderstanding by ensuring both people are aligned, shows genuine effort to understand the speaker, builds clarity and improve communication flow, encourage deeper discussion, helps the speaker to clarify their own thoughts. Drawback can feel repetitive and unnatural if overused, time consuming in fast moving conversation. If paraphrasing is wrong, the speaker may feel frustrated, requires high concentration and effort. We are going to discuss in this slide the most dangerous type of listening which can destroy yourself and others too. Selective listening. Selective listening means you hear what you want to hear, ignoring the rest. This creates the biggest risk among all the listening types. Reason it is the most harmful, high chance of misunderstanding. Important information gets ignored, leading to mistakes, wrong decision, or miscommunication. Breaks relationship. People feel disrespected and unheard, which damages their trust. Create conflict. When someone assumes or reacts based on incomplete information, arguments increases. Lead to biased thinking. You only listen to what fits your opinion, so you miss other. Reduces productivity. Missing key instructions can cause major work errors. In this slide, we are going to discuss about the barriers of listening. Physical barrier. These are external distraction that prevent poor listening. Example like noise, mobile notification, etc. Physiological barriers. There comes from the listener mindset or emotion. Example, stress, anger, anxiety. Language barrier. When the speaker and listener don't share a common language and uses complex vocabulary, slang or accent, understanding becomes difficult. Emotional barrier, strong emotion. Both yours or the speakers can block effective listening. Example include fear, defensive feeling, judged, and emotional reaction. 5. Culture barrier. Different culture background, custom beliefs, or communication style create misunderstanding. Physiological barriers. Physical condition that affect listening ability. Example, hearing problem, illness, and headache. We can see in the slide there is a table that differentiates between hearing and listening. Features are process, level of engagement, role of brain, outcome and focus. For hearing, the process is passive and physical. For listening, it's active and mental. The level of engagement, automatic, no conscious effort required. For listening, required focus, attention and effort. Role of brain, minimal brain activity. For listening, we have to analyze, think and interpreting. Outcome, raw audio input. Understanding and comprehension. Focus. For hearing, open to all sounds without distinction. For listening, we have to process and select the relevant information. Build stronger relation. By listening attentively, you show respect and empathy, which foster trust and connection with others. This makes people feel valued and heard. Improves understanding and learning. Active listening helps you to grasp new lesson, faster understanding, complex information, and learn in communication. It also enhances your ability to ask more effective questions, boosts problem solving skills. Listening helps you better understand and interpret message, which is crucial for analyzing and solving problems. Foster empathy and culture awareness. Listening to different perspectives help you to develop empathy and a broader cultural awareness. How to improve listening skills? We have to maintain eye contact, focusing entirely on speakers by eliminating distraction. Positive body language like eye contact and leaning in. Avoid interruption, ask questions, summarize the given points given by the speaker. Be patient, remove all the distraction like phones. Conclusion. Listening is an essential life skill. It improves relationship, productivity and understanding. Start practicing active listening to become a better communicator. Thank you.